Because they see, those who they suffer, they say, make they give. I know the principle. In my life, I was a man of God. Just some people who don't know Bible. Me, I be widow. The man is about to give me money. They say, make I give what I get. Go walk. If you like climb from life tomorrow, you'll be widow. God no go change your principle. The Almighty God gave his only begotten. Did he cry? No, I be widow. The God said, make they give. Even inside his eyes, go change Bible. I better tell you the truth. We are deceived by even men of God who don't want to tell the truth. You come for special prayers. Your family will come out of poverty. I can tell you, if you come out of poverty without giving, I will talk Bible tomorrow. Go do deliverance. Let me break it for you to understand. Make it go your family. Go do family deliverance. Family which you are with us overseas. Come out. If you don't give, if your family come out of poverty, I don't go preach again. All those are nonsense. That what? It doesn't work. You must give to be out of poverty. No shortcut. Anybody will deceive you. I have been poor. As a married man who had only 15 and 1997, I gave my way out of poverty. May you have understanding today. I'm telling you something I've handled, not something I'm talking as theory. It doesn't work by gimmicks. No demon when it comes to poverty. Give, don't give, shall remain poor. If you don't release what is in your hand, God will not release what is in his hands. Giving always prospers you. If you want supernatural increase, then you must be a giver. It must be a what? No shortcut. What you don't give will not increase. Until that small thing in your hand is put to use, God's supernatural power will never work. Can I tell you something that will shock you? It may look very hard. Everybody going through hardship, as a believer for 4 years, you are not a giver.
If there's one man of God, I don't know if we can call him a man of God or not, but if there's one thing with me, right, I like to go with whatever title people have given to themselves. So I will refer to him as a man of God. And I understand that some of you might not like that, but let's just go with it, right, for convenience sake. So this particular preacher is someone who I don't understand his love for money. If there's one thing he has made the pillar of his whole church, is tithing. I think he is way more interested in what the people can give to him than what he is there to serve them with. And I also believe that if his members stop giving their money to him, he would drop the Bible. He will drop the Bible, because I think that his only motive is the money he is collecting from his members. And I think for the length of time, he has enjoyed that money until it has become a part and parcel of him, that he must do whatever it takes in order to get this money from the members. So let's listen what he has to say in this video about tithing, because believe me, he always has a story to tell about tithing. Let's watch.
Because they see, those who they suffer, they say, make they give. I know the principle. In my life, I was a man of God. Just some people who don't know Bible. Me, I be widow. The man is about to give me money. They say, make I give what I get. Go walk. If you like climb from life tomorrow, you'll be widow. God no go change your principle. The Almighty God gave his only begotten. Did he cry? No, I be widow. The God said, make they give. Even inside his eyes, go change Bible. I better tell you the truth. We are deceived by even men of God who don't want to tell the truth. You come for special prayers. Your family will come out of poverty. I can tell you, if you come out of poverty without giving, I will talk Bible tomorrow. Go do deliverance. Let me break it for you to understand. Make it go your family. Go do family deliverance. Family which you are with us overseas. Come out. If you don't give, if your family come out of poverty, I don't go preach again. All those are nonsense. That what? It doesn't work. You must give to be out of poverty. No shortcut. Anybody will deceive you. I have been poor. As a married man who had only 15 and 1997, I gave my way out of poverty. May you have understanding today. I'm telling you something I've handled, not something I'm talking as theory. It doesn't work by gimmicks. No demon when it comes to poverty. Give, don't give, shall remain poor. If you don't release what is in your hand, God will not release what is in his hands. Giving always prospers you. If you want supernatural increase, then you must be a giver. It must be a what? No shortcut. What you don't give will not increase. Until that small thing in your hand is put to use, God's supernatural power will never work. Can I tell you something that will shock you? It may look very hard. Everybody going through hardship, as a believer for 4 years, you are not a giver. You are not a what? He said, these 3 years have I come to let it alone this word. So after 4 years, you are not permitted to be broke as a believer by scriptures. So when a believer is broke after 4 years, there's somewhere you have missed it in your giving principles of God. Are you getting what I'm saying? Some people say they give once and stop. They pay tithe for once and stop. So the cycle just stop. I pray somebody will change today.
Anybody attributing lack to not giving is deceiving you. Anybody who tells you that the reason why you don't have is because you're not a giver is deceiving you. Have you ever heard people say, givers never lack? It's not true. Givers lack. Givers never lack. It's not true. I used to say it some years ago because I heard people saying and it sounded nice. But when you look at it very well, givers lack. The reason why you lack is because you gave. Because when you give, what remains? Nothing. So what are you in? Lack. What are you talking about? Some say no. What they mean is that when you give, it will come back. No. In God's economy, give expecting nothing in return, because nothing will come. So in giving, you are giving out of grace. That is, you are depriving yourself, inconveniencing yourself because you love, the way God inconvenienced himself because he loves, so that others can benefit. Expecting nothing. It's not a transaction. We are not in a business. We are in a relationship. We are in a relationship with our Father. So we don't give to get, we just give because we are acting like our Father. He gave and he gave his best. If I'm teaching good, shout, I hear you. Yeah. So anybody attributing lack to not giving is deceiving you. We are born of God to walk in love. We are giving. We are not looking at our own needs. When we give, we are looking at the need of others. That's kingdom giving. We give for people's needs to be met. What is our reward when their need is met? If I supported you to pay your school fees and you paid your school fees and graduated, my joy is you're a graduate. My reward is that you're a graduate. That's my joy. That's my reward. It's not some income coming back. For money to come, how I did it before, I will still do it. If I was working, I will still work so that I will get more money to support more people. That's how to live. Let him that stole steal no more, but let him work with his hand that which is good, that he may have to give to those who are in need. Am I teaching good here? Yeah, that's kingdom giving. That's how we give in the kingdom. We are not selfish people. We are selfless people. We henceforth live not for ourselves, but we live for him who died for us. And how do we love God? By loving God's people. We love God by loving God's people. When we give, we consider the need.
It is your giving that triggers the supernatural hand of God to multiply your seed. So what am I saying? Pay correct tithe.
They are struggling to see what they can do to hold back that tithe, and the thing is gone. It's gone. You pay for nothing. Jesus paid it all. That's why in the kingdom we are not paying. We give generously as responsible sons and daughters of God to make sure our Father's mission is carried out on the earth.
Pay correct tithe. Pay what? Faithfully, and give quality offerings.
We are not tithers. We don't tithe. There is no reason to tithe. You are not a Jew and you are not in Canaan. You are in Christ. We don't tithe. We don't give tithe. We don't pay tithe. We don't tithe. We give. Tithing is not giving. Giving is not tithing. We don't tithe. Believers don't tithe. Why? We are not Jews. 2, we are not in Canaan. As long as you're not in Canaan, tithe does not affect you. The tithe was for people going to Canaan while they're in Canaan. And even in Canaan, if they take them to exile, they stop tithing till the day they come back. Are you in Canaan? You are in New York. And if you want to tithe like Abraham, go and fight war, win the war, and come back with the spoils of war. 2 Corinthians chapter 8. We have a new and living way. So how do we give? We give by grace like our Father. Look at 2 Corinthians 8:1-5. Moreover, brethren, we do you to wit of the grace of God bestowed on the churches of Macedonia. How that in a great trial of affliction, the abundance of their joy and their deep poverty abounded unto the riches of their liberality. For to their power I bear record, yea, and beyond their power they were willing of themselves, praying us with much entreaty that we will receive the gift and take upon us the fellowship of the ministering to the saints. Verse 5. And this they did, not as we hoped, but first gave their own selves to the Lord, and unto us by the will of God. Then he now tells you that was grace giving. Then he tells you in verse 9, for you know the grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, that though he was rich, yet for your sakes he became poor, that you through his poverty may be rich. He's not talking about money. He is saying Jesus emptied himself on the cross so that we can be made the righteousness of God in him. He said it's the same way we give. We give of ourselves to meet the need of others, just like Jesus gave of himself to meet our need. That is grace giving. We give by grace. We give out of a motivation to love. We are not giving to receive. We are not constrained by any legality. Look at 2 Corinthians 9 verse 7. Every man according as he purposeth in his heart, so let him give, not grudgingly or of necessity, for God loveth a cheerful giver. If you look at Acts chapter 4 and chapter 2, people gave as much as people needed. Nobody gave in percentages. All these were Jewish people. Acts 2:45-46, Acts 4:35-36. They gave as men had need. We give to meet the needs of the brethren. We give to support the weak. We give to be a blessing to others. We give expecting nothing. We give because that's our nature. And we give radically. Shakalabada. Yeah. We give to be a blessing. Blessed to be a blessing. We are not giving for it to come back. Give and it shall come back to you. Good measure. We just give until the need is met. I didn't hear powerful.
Within the regime of grace that Abraham discovered tithing before the law found expression. Meanwhile, tithes under the Levitical priesthood is different from tithes under the Melchizedek priesthood. And it was to Melchizedek that Abraham gave tithes. And I hope you know Melchizedek is eternal, was not created, cannot be destroyed. It means in heaven you will still give tithes.
So which job will we do in heaven where they will pay us salary so that we can pay tithe? Hey, Jesus, let my people. You didn't die for them. Oh. Stop all these your superstitions. Stop all this your character assassination of the scriptures, and stop all this abuse of the Bible.
Okay, my brothers and sisters, after watching the video till the end, and after hearing what these preachers have said, what was your takeaway from the video? What was it? Let us know in the comment section below, because like always, we love hearing what you have to say. And let me just make one small statement before I go. As a person living on earth, you must always remember that your safety, your security, your future all depend upon you. You and only you alone can save yourself. No one will do that for you. So whatever you are doing, remember to put yourself first. Whatever you are doing, have this at the back of your mind, that you and only you alone is responsible for you. Don't ever forget that. If you are successful today, it is all because of you. And if you fail, well, but remember, God won't make you successful or fail. God is not responsible for that, and God won't do that. Whether you succeed or fail will all be dependent upon you, the actions you take, and the decisions you make. Do not let anybody tell you otherwise. Don't. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. And like always, we are very, very grateful.